Hello friends. In today's video we're taking a closer look at the most talked about modern US dollar coins, the Susan B., Anthony, and the Sacagawea dollar. They might seem ordinary, but certain rare mint marks, striking errors, and special varieties have made some of these coins incredibly valuable. Each tells a story of design, rarity, and hidden worth. Let's explore the most valuable and expensive United States dollar coins that could be hiding in plain sight. First up, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating pieces in American numismatic history, the 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar with the Philadelphia P mint mark, a coin that's often overlooked but can hold exceptional value, even in very dirty condition. While many people still think of this coin as a common modern dollar, the truth is that rare varieties and preserved examples of the 1979 P can reach extraordinary prices in today's collector market. If you've ever come across a dull, dirty Susan B. Anthony dollar sitting in your old change jar or tucked away in a drawer, don't dismiss it too quickly. It might just be worth far more than you imagine. The Susan B. Anthony dollar was first introduced in 1979, marking a pivotal moment in U.S. coinage history. It replaced the larger Eisenhower dollar and became the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical woman, the pioneering suffragist Susan B. Anthony, who fought for women's voting rights. The Philadelphia Mint struck millions of these coins that year, yet despite high mintage, certain varieties, striking differences, and minting errors have made some examples extremely desirable among collectors. It was meant to modernize the US dollar and make it more practical for everyday use, but public resistance and confusion, due to its size and similarity to the quarter, led to the coin's limited production span. That short lifespan and its historical significance make the 1979 P issue a key starting point for the series and an enduring favorite for collectors worldwide. Looking at the design, the obverse of the coin features a bold portrait of Susan B. Anthony designed by Frank Gasparo, the chief engraver of the U.S. Mint at the time. The engraving captures Anthony's determined expression, symbolizing courage, justice, and equality. Around her portrait, the inscriptions "Liberty," "In God We Trust," and the date 1979 are clearly visible, with the small P mint mark placed just above her shoulder, signifying the Philadelphia Mint. The reverse design continues the legacy of American pride with the Apollo 11 mission insignia, an eagle landing on the moon, clutching an olive branch of peace, with Earth rising in the background. 13 stars surround the eagle, representing the original 13 colonies. Even in dirty or circulated condition, the raised details of these designs can reveal sharp artistry and depth, reflecting the spirit of both space exploration and civil rights, a unique blend in American coinage. When it comes to rarity, the 1979 P. Susan B. Anthony dollar offers intriguing surprises. While millions were minted, not all survived in pristine form. Many entered circulation, acquiring heavy wear, dirt, and discoloration. Yet coins with sharp details, full luster, or those struck with the rare wide rim variety have become exceptionally valuable. The wide rim 1979 P dollar, often called the near date variety, shows the date positioned closer to the rim compared to regular issues, making it one of the most sought-after versions. In very dirty condition, such coins may appear dull or grimy, but careful cleaning and professional grading can reveal their hidden potential. Collectors value this coin not just for its physical attributes, but for what it represents, the closing of one era and the beginning of another in U.S. coinage. The Susan B. Anthony series bridges the gap between traditional silver dollars and the modern small-sized dollar coins that followed, such as the Sacagawea and presidential dollars. Now let's talk about value, something every collector is eager to know. The 1979 P. Susan B. Anthony dollar in circulated and very dirty condition typically trades between $1,000 and $3,000, depending on overall appearance. However, coins that are identified as the rare wide rim variety can bring anywhere from $4,000 to over $5,000, even in circulated states. Uncirculated mint state, MS, examples graded by PCGS or NGC often fetch between $6,000 and $7,000, and those in top condition, such as MS-67 or higher, have been known to sell for well over $9,500 at auction. Proof or error coins, especially double die or off-center strikes, can reach even higher figures depending on demand and market trends. For collectors and treasure hunters, here are a few practical tips. Always check the rim spacing near the date to identify the wide rim or narrow rim variety. Focus on luster, strike quality, and the clarity of details on both sides. A magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe can help detect fine marks, doubling, or die cracks that indicate rare minting errors. Look for these coins in inherited collections, bank rolls, coin shows, and estate sales. They often go unnoticed because of their resemblance to quarters. Storing them properly in airtight holders or slabs preserves their condition and long-term value. The 1979 Philadelphia Susan B. Anthony dollar is much more than a small, modern coin. It's a piece of American heritage representing progress, innovation, and equality. Its design honors a woman who changed history. Its minting marks a new phase of coinage, and its hidden varieties can transform an ordinary find into a collector's treasure. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just starting your journey, this coin reminds us that true value often hides in plain sight. And if you think this one is fascinating, stay tuned, because in our next video, we'll explore another ultra-rare and valuable US dollar coin that could be sitting in your pocket right now. And secondly, we're talking about the most valuable and rare Sacagawea dollar, first released in the year 2000, was more than just another coin. It was a bold attempt to revive the use of the US dollar coin. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint with the P Mint mark, this golden coin features Sacagawea, the Shoshone woman who guided Lewis and Clark during their legendary expedition. While millions of these coins were produced, a few ultra-rare varieties from the 2000 P series have stunned collectors with their astronomical values. Even a dirty, worn, or circulated example could be worth far more than face value if it hides the right error or variety. In today's market, some versions of this coin are valued in the thousands or even millions of dollars, turning ordinary pocket change into a life-changing discovery. At first glance, the 2000 P Sacagawea dollar looks simple. A young Native American woman carrying her infant, Jean Baptiste, surrounded by the inscriptions Liberty and In God We Trust. But its power lies in the details. The Philadelphia Mint produced millions, yet only a small number of these coins contain extraordinary minting anomalies that make them incredibly rare. Some examples are struck on experimental planchets, metal blanks intended for other coin designs, while others display unusual finishes or doubling that escape the mint's quality control. These hidden errors are what transform a seemingly dirty dollar into a once-in-a-lifetime collectible worth unimaginable sums. One of the most astonishing varieties of the 2000 P Sacagawea dollar is the Cheerios dollar. In early 2000, the U.S. Mint partnered with General Mills to promote the new golden dollar by placing 5,500 specially minted coins in Cheerios cereal boxes. Unbeknownst to most, these coins featured a prototype reverse design with enhanced eagle tail feathers that differed from the coins later released into circulation. Today, these Cheerios dollars are some of the most coveted modern coins in U.S. history, with verified examples selling for as much as $25,000 to $40,000 and pristine specimens fetching even more. Imagine finding one of these ultra-rare coins buried in your change drawer. It could literally make you a small fortune overnight. Another legendary discovery connected to the 2000 P Sacagawea dollar involves a remarkable minting error known as the 2000 P Sacagawea dollar/state quarter mule. This coin was accidentally struck using the obverse of a Washington quarter and the reverse of a Sacagawea dollar, creating a hybrid that was never meant to exist. Only about 19 examples are known, and each one is considered a priceless numismatic treasure. One of these rare mule coins sold for nearly $200,000 at auction, instantly cementing its place in coin collecting history. This astonishing mistake serves as a powerful reminder that sometimes the most valuable discoveries come from the most unexpected places. Even heavily circulated or dirty 2000 P Sacagawea dollars can carry substantial value if they exhibit unique traits. Certain examples show die cracks, off-center strikes, or unusual planchet flaws that add to their desirability. Collectors often pay premium prices for coins that reveal the mint's mechanical imperfections, especially when paired with the P Mint mark. While a typical circulated dollar may fetch only its face value, a verified error coin can command thousands. That means the coin sitting unnoticed in a box of loose change could, in fact, be a silent fortune waiting to be uncovered. The beauty of the Sacagawea dollar lies not only in its golden appearance, but also in its cultural and historical significance. Sacagawea symbolizes courage, guidance, and exploration, making the coin a lasting tribute to America's pioneering spirit. For collectors, that symbolism adds emotional and historical weight to its financial worth. Owning one of these rare Philadelphia Mint issues is like holding a tangible piece of U.S. history, an object that connects the past, present, and future through metal, design, and legacy. Market demand for the 2000 Sacagawea dollar has only grown over time. With collectors and investors increasingly drawn to modern U.S. coin rarities, prices for high-grade or error examples continue to climb. Auction houses frequently report bidding wars for well-preserved pieces, and online marketplaces have seen record-setting prices for authenticated Cheerios dollars and mule errors. As supply dwindles and demand surges, even dirty or circulated examples with rare characteristics are being snapped up quickly by seasoned numismatists. One of the most fascinating aspects of this coin's story is how ordinary people have stumbled upon incredible wealth without realizing it. Stories abound of collectors finding Cheerios dollars in old cereal box collections, garage sales, or forgotten coin jars. A few lucky individuals have even discovered the ultra-rare mule dollar among rolls of quarters from the bank. These real-life stories inspire millions to revisit their old piggy banks, drawers, and storage boxes in hopes of uncovering a golden ticket of their own. If you're holding a 2000 Sacagawea dollar in very dirty or worn condition, don't dismiss it too quickly. That grime might be covering an error pattern or special strike that experts prize. Proper authentication through a professional grading service could reveal that your ordinary-looking coin is actually a hidden gem worth thousands, or potentially millions. Cleaning the coin is not recommended, as that can lower its value. Instead, store it safely and have it evaluated by a trusted numismatic professional. What makes the 2000 Sacagawea dollar even more extraordinary is its role in transforming how collectors view modern U.S. coinage. For decades, many believed that valuable coins only came from the 19th or early 20th centuries, but this coin shattered that myth. Its rare varieties and error strikes have proven that even recent mintages can yield million-dollar treasures. The coin's metallic composition, a golden blend of copper, zinc, manganese, and nickel, gives it a distinctive shine that often conceals its age, making it a perfect candidate for surprise discoveries in circulation. Every year, new collectors enter the market hoping to find their own rare Sacagawea, and with each new discovery, the legend of this coin grows stronger. It stands as living proof that numismatic miracles don't always belong to the distant past. They can appear in your hands today. The fascination with the 2000 Sacagawea dollar goes far beyond its market value. It represents the excitement of the hunt, the thrill of discovery, and the dream of unexpected fortune. Every collector knows the feeling of finding a coin that doesn't just sparkle under the light, but carries a story, a mystery, and a piece of history. The Sacagawea dollar embodies all of that and more. It has become a modern icon of American numismatics, where history meets luck and where passion meets profit. So, the next time you come across a dirty, forgotten dollar coin, remember this story. That dull coin might be your golden opportunity, a key to unimaginable wealth, and a symbol of how even the smallest piece of metal can hold the power to change your life forever. So before you spend or toss away that golden dollar, take one last careful look. You might be holding one of the most valuable modern coins ever made in the United States. The 2000 Sacagawea dollar isn't just a piece of metal. It's a symbol of history, rarity, and wealth beyond imagination. In today's market, where ultra-rare coins can make millionaires overnight, this coin stands as a true reminder that treasure still hides in plain sight. Check your pockets, your old coin jars, and your forgotten collections. You might just be sitting on a dollar that could change your life forever. And thirdly, we're exploring the most valuable and rare, the 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar with the San Francisco S Mint mark, a coin that in the condition we'll explore, represents one of the most fascinating and valuable modern rarities you can possibly own. Now, the Susan B. Anthony dollar series as a whole is not typically where one goes to find a fortune, as these small dollar coins were largely shunned by the public upon their release and are still common finds in bank rolls today. However, this particular coin, the 1979 S struck at the San Francisco Mint, is the undisputed key coin of the entire series, and its collectability stems entirely from its status as a proof issue. Unlike the Philadelphia and Denver Mint coins intended for circulation, the San Francisco Mint exclusively produced proof versions, which are coins struck with specially polished dies and planchets on high-tonnage presses, resulting in a magnificent, mirror-like background and frosted, cameo effect devices. This special minting process, combined with its first year of issue status, makes it the cornerstone for any serious collection of this modern dollar. To understand the context of this coin's creation, we have to look back to the late 1970s. The large Eisenhower dollar was on its way out, being too cumbersome for most vending machines and everyday commerce. The U.S. Mint needed a smaller, more practical dollar coin and settled on honoring Susan B. Anthony, a pivotal leader in the women's suffrage movement. The year 1979 was the inaugural year for this new coin, and the Mint produced business strikes for circulation from Philadelphia and Denver, while San Francisco focused on creating these high-quality proof specimens solely for collectors. This was a period of transition and experimentation for the Mint, and the 1979 S-Proof represents the very pinnacle of their craft for this series, a perfect specimen intended to showcase this new and ultimately controversial currency design to the collecting public. The design itself, created by chief engraver Frank Gasparo, is notably simple yet distinctive. The obverse features a right-facing portrait of Susan B. Anthony, making her the first real, non-allegorical woman to be depicted on a circulating U.S. coin. The inscriptions include Liberty at the top and the date, 1979 at the bottom, with the motto, "In God We Trust," to the right of her portrait. The reverse is a direct adaptation of the Eisenhower dollar, featuring an eagle soaring above the moon while clutching an olive branch. The most prominent feature, however, is the small S mint mark located just to the right of the date on the obverse, a tiny letter that carries immense importance. The coin's unique 11-sided inner rim, a feature designed to help the public distinguish it from a quarter, is also a key part of its identity. When we discuss the rarity and survival of this coin, we must be very specific about its condition. The San Francisco Mint struck a relatively high mintage of 3,677,175 proof specimens. In perfect, gem-proof condition, the coin is readily available. The true rarity emerges when we talk about impaired proofs, specifically those in what we would call a very dirty condition. These are coins that were likely mishandled, stored improperly, or perhaps even spent and subjected to circulation, resulting in a heavily tarnished, spotted, or fingerprint-laden surface. While a pristine proof is beautiful, a dirty proof is a numismatic tragedy for its loss of eye appeal, but it is precisely this damaged state that creates an artificial rarity for a coin that is otherwise common in top grades. In the context of the Susan B. Anthony dollar series, this 1979 S-Proof stands out as the series key, the absolute must-have coin. For a basic collection, one might only need the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco issues, and this 1979 S is the crown jewel of that trio. Its demand is consistently high because it is the definitive first-year proof issue. Every type collector, every series specialist, and every advanced collector assembling a proof set needs this coin. Its status drives a constant, unwavering demand that far surpasses any other date and mint mark combination within the Anthony dollar timeline, solidifying its place as the most important coin of its kind. Now, let's talk numbers and its current market value in today's dollar terms. A typical 1979 S-Proof in a standard gem-proof, 65 condition, with brilliant mirrors and no major distractions, is an affordable coin, generally trading in the range of $15 to $25. However, the value trajectory changes dramatically as you move up the grading scale. A superbly preserved example grading proof, 67, with virtually flawless surfaces, can command prices between $150 to over $200. But the real shocker, and the focus of our discussion, is the coin in a very dirty, impaired state. While it would never be worth more than a gem proof, its value is a lesson in numismatics. A heavily spotted, tarnished, or corroded 1979 S-Proof, one that might grade with a details designation like proof, details, environmental damage, still holds a modest premium over its face value, typically selling in the $5 to $15 range precisely because of its role as a series key. It is a collectible piece of an important puzzle, even in its degraded state. For collectors aiming to acquire one of these, my primary tip is to absolutely focus on condition and eye appeal. If your budget allows, always strive for the best coin you can afford, targeting a specimen-graded proof, 65 or higher by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC to ensure quality and authenticity. Look for that sharp contrast between the mirror-like fields and the frosted devices, and avoid coins with any haze, milk spots, or noticeable contact marks. For those on a tighter budget, the impaired dirty proofs can be a way to own the key date, but be very cautious and only purchase one if the price is deeply discounted to reflect its poor state. The 1979 S. Susan B. Anthony dollar, particularly in its intended proof manifestation, remains a cornerstone of modern American coinage. Its importance cannot be overstated. It is the first-year proof of a historically significant series commemorating a monumental figure in American history. While common in lower grades, its rarity in superb gem condition and its paradoxical scarcity in severely impaired states make it a coin of endless fascination. It possesses a unique appeal, offering an accessible entry point for new collectors while simultaneously presenting a formidable challenge for seasoned veterans who seek the absolute pinnacle of quality for their sets. It is, without a doubt, a modern classic. And while the Susan B. Anthony dollar was an attempt to modernize our currency, sometimes the real treasures are the classic, 100-year-old designs that have stood the test of time. In our next video, we will be examining a coin that is the absolute holy grail for many series specialists, a coin so rare and valuable in its highest grades that it can command a price tag well into 5 figures. We are going to be taking an in-depth look at the legendary 1914 D. Lincoln cent. You will not want to miss it. And fourthly, we're going to explore the most expensive and rare, the 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar with the Denver D mint mark, stands as one of the most fascinating and talked about coins in modern United States history. Collectors across the country consider it a cornerstone of American numismatics, an intriguing blend of innovation, history, and design that captures the nation's shift toward modern coinage. Even in a very dirty or circulated state, this coin retains its charm, representing a piece of monetary history that continues to captivate enthusiasts. The Denver minted 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar remains a prized treasure, especially for collectors who value its distinctive background, its symbolic portrayal of progress, and its evolving market demand in the world of rare U.S. currency. The Susan B. Anthony dollar series began in 1979 as a bold step by the U.S. Mint to modernize America's dollar coinage. Named after Susan B. Anthony, a pioneering advocate for women's rights and social reform, this coin became the first U.S. circulating coin to feature a real woman rather than an allegorical figure. The 1979 D issue was struck at the Denver Mint in Colorado, known for its consistent quality and strong production runs. This release came at a time when the United States sought to replace the larger Eisenhower dollar with something smaller and more convenient for daily transactions. Although it did not achieve commercial success, its historical role in reshaping modern U.S. coin design gives it enduring significance, a tangible connection to the late 20th century American social and economic landscape. The design of the 1979 D. Susan B. Anthony dollar reflects both artistry and symbolism. On the obverse, the detailed portrait of Susan B. Anthony by chief engraver Frank Gasparo embodies strength and determination, surrounded by 11 stars representing the original colonies. The word liberty, the year 1979, and the national motto, "In God We Trust," encircle the image with balance and clarity. The reverse showcases an eagle landing on the moon, adapted from the Apollo 11 mission insignia, a nod to America's space achievements. Struck in a copper-nickel-clad composition, the coin measures 26.5 millimeters in diameter and weighs 8.1 grams. The small size and reeded edge make it visually similar to a quarter, contributing to its circulation confusion, but also giving it a distinctive character that stands apart from earlier dollar issues. When it comes to rarity, certain varieties and minting anomalies have made the 1979 D. Susan B. Anthony dollar particularly desirable. Although millions were produced, only a small fraction remain in pristine, uncirculated condition today. Over time, circulation wear, scratches, and dirt have made high-grade examples increasingly scarce. Collectors actively search for versions with strong strikes, clean surfaces, or unique die varieties that distinguish them from standard issues. Even coins in visibly dirty or aged condition can hold collectible interest if they exhibit distinct features or come from early production runs. It's this combination of condition and subtle differences that fuels collector demand and makes certain examples ultra-rare within the broader mintage. The market value of the 1979 D. Susan B. Anthony dollar depends heavily on grade and rarity. Common circulated examples usually sell for modest amounts, but uncirculated or high-grade coins certified by professional grading services can bring anywhere between $1,000 and $8,000, especially if they display exceptional luster, clean fields, or unique die varieties. Coins with deep mirror-like surfaces or proof-like qualities are particularly sought after by advanced collectors. Auction results in recent years show consistent appreciation in the value of top-grade examples, driven by growing recognition of the coin's historical importance and limited surviving high-quality specimens. As collectors increasingly focus on modern US dollars, this coin continues to climb in both value and prestige. For collectors looking to acquire the 1979 D. Susan B. Anthony dollar, due diligence is essential. Priority should be given to coins that are certified and graded by reputable institutions such as PCGS or NGC. Look closely for strike sharpness, clear mint marks, and absence of heavy blemishes. Dirty or circulated coins can often be gently conserved but should never be aggressively cleaned, as doing so diminishes their numismatic value. Proper storage in airtight holders or capsules helps preserve surfaces and reduce environmental damage. Collectors should also monitor auction listings, coin shows, and reputable dealers for potential finds, while staying active in numismatic forums to keep up with evolving market insights and trends. The enduring appeal of the 1979 D. Susan B. Anthony dollar lies not only in its rarity, but in what it represents, a symbol of progress, equality, and modernity in American coinage. It tells a story that connects collectors to the nation's evolving identity, from the women's suffrage movement to advancements in minting technology. Each coin, whether worn or pristine, carries the legacy of Susan B. Anthony's fight for justice and equality, making it more than just metal. It's a story preserved in a small, circular frame of history. Beyond its tangible worth, the 1979 D. Susan B. Anthony dollar embodies the intersection of history, artistry, and national identity in a way few modern coins can. It marked a pivotal shift in U.S. coinage, introducing a smaller, more practical dollar while honoring a woman who stood for equality and reform. For numismatists, this coin serves as a reminder that true value lies not only in rarity or grade, but also in the story each piece tells. Every scratch, mark, and trace of dirt on a circulated 1979 D holds silent testimony to decades of use, exchange, and passage through countless hands. The 1979 D. Susan B. Anthony dollar remains one of the most significant and fascinating coins of the late 20th century. Its blend of artistry, symbolism, and rarity has earned it a firm place in the hearts of numismatists worldwide. For collectors, owning this coin is not just about its market value, but about holding a tangible piece of American history that bridges past ideals with modern expression. Whether in very dirty condition or in brilliant uncirculated form, the 1979 D. Susan B. Anthony dollar continues to shine as a prized collectible, a coin that captures the spirit of a nation and the enduring allure of numismatic discovery. And at the end, we're going to explore the most expensive and rare. The 1980 Susan B. Anthony dollar with the Philadelphia P mint mark is a captivating and highly sought-after piece that holds a special, albeit complex, position in the world of numismatics. While the series as a whole is known for its general abundance, this specific coin, particularly when encountered in the context of its condition, presents a fascinating puzzle for dedicated collectors. Its appeal lies not in the typical pursuit of pristine mint state examples, but in the intriguing story that a very dirty and heavily circulated specimen can tell, offering a tangible, albeit worn, connection to a pivotal and controversial chapter in modern American coinage. The current market demand for such a piece is niche, driven by specialists and series completists who understand that even the most humble coins have a role in documenting the full history of a nation's currency, making this specific coin a unique and prized treasure for those who appreciate numismatic history in all its forms. The historical context of the 1980 P. Susan B. Anthony dollar is integral to understanding its journey. Minted at the Philadelphia facility, this coin was part of the second year of production for a series intended to revolutionize everyday American commerce by replacing the large Eisenhower dollar with a smaller, more convenient coin. Authorized by Congress and first issued in 1979, the Susan B. Anthony dollar was created to honor a monumental figure in the fight for women's suffrage, making it the first circulating U.S. coin to feature a non-allegorical female figure. Despite its noble intentions, the coin was met with public confusion and rejection due to its size and color being too similar to the quarter, leading to its rapid fall from grace. The 1980 issue, therefore, represents a coin already struggling in circulation, a tangible artifact from a well-intentioned but failed monetary experiment that lasted only 3 years. This coin's unique features are a study in modernist numismatic design, even when obscured by heavy soiling. The obverse, designed by Frank Gasparo, features a right-facing portrait of the activist Susan B. Anthony, presenting a stark and dignified profile. The inscription's Liberty, arc above her, while the motto In God We Trust appears to the right of her chin, and the date 1980 is positioned below her neck. The reverse showcases a smaller, left-soaring eagle adapted from the Apollo 11 mission insignia, landing on the moon, a symbolic nod to American achievement. The most critical feature for this specific coin is the mint mark, or rather the lack thereof, as the P for Philadelphia indicates it was produced at the main U.S. Mint. On a very dirty coin, all of these design elements are heavily worn and coated with grime, but their outlines remain the iconic signature of this short-lived series. The rarity of a 1980 P. Susan B. Anthony dollar in very dirty condition is not defined by a low mintage figure, as the Philadelphia Mint produced over 27 million examples, but by the paradoxical nature of its survival. While millions were made, the vast majority were either hoarded by a curious public or quickly returned to the banks after failing to circulate, meaning that most surviving examples are in uncirculated condition. A coin that saw extensive, harsh circulation to the point of being classified as very dirty is actually a relative novelty. It is a coin that genuinely fulfilled its intended purpose as money, passing from hand to hand until it was heavily worn and accumulated significant surface contaminants. This level of commercial use is unusual for the series, making such a heavily circulated and dirty piece a genuinely scarce item in its own right, telling a story of actual use that most of its siblings cannot. The market value for a 1980 P. Susan B. Anthony dollar in very dirty condition is understandably modest, reflecting its status as a heavily worn commandate coin. In such a low grade, its value is primarily numismatic rather than monetary, typically ranging from its face value of $1 to perhaps $1 or $2. It does not command the high prices of pristine, gem-uncirculated examples or rare varieties. Its worth is derived from its completeness for a collector aiming to assemble a set showcasing every grade of circulation, or for an educational collection that values coins with evident history and heavy use. The price is stable and accessible, making it an entry point for new collectors or a low-cost filler for a specialized album, with its value lying in its narrative rather than its market appreciation. For collectors pursuing this specific type of coin, the approach differs significantly from the hunt for high-grade specimens. The priority is to seek out a coin whose wear and dirt are consistent with honest circulation, avoiding pieces that have been artificially damaged or chemically corrupted. While third-party grading is uncommon for coins in this condition, purchasing from reputable dealers or coin shows ensures authenticity. The most critical collecting tip is to carefully inspect the coin for any hidden anomalies that could elevate its status, such as a repunched mint mark or a die crack, as errors can add significant interest and value even on a heavily worn planchet. Engaging with the specialized community of small dollar coin collectors can provide invaluable insights into the subtle varieties and the true market for such circulated pieces. Proper care and preservation for a very dirty Susan B. Anthony dollar are straightforward but essential. It is highly recommended to store the coin in a protective holder, such as a cardboard 2x2 flip or a dedicated coin capsule, to prevent further degradation and to protect other coins from the loose contaminants on its surface. Harsh cleaning should be absolutely avoided, as any attempt to scrub or polish the coin will permanently damage its surface and destroy its numismatic value, however modest. The dirt and patina, while unsightly to some, are part of its authenticated history and should be preserved as evidence of its journey through the economy. Proper labeling of its holder will help maintain its identity for future reference. For the dedicated numismatist, acquiring a 1980 P. Susan B. Anthony dollar in very dirty condition is a pursuit that transcends conventional valuation, offering a deeply resonant connection to the coin's true, albeit brief, life in circulation. This particular specimen, with its heavily worn surfaces and accumulated grime, stands in stark contrast to the brilliant uncirculated examples that dominate the market, serving as a tangible relic of public rejection and commercial failure. Its value is not measured in high price tags, but in its powerful narrative, representing one of the few coins from the issue that genuinely fulfilled its intended purpose as a circulating medium, passing through countless hands until it was deemed too worn and dirty for further use. The 1980 P. Susan B. Anthony dollar in very dirty condition stands as a humble yet profoundly historical collectible. It is a piece that embodies the failed practical application of a coin with a noble purpose, a small, worn-out testament to a significant social and numismatic experiment. For the discerning collector, it offers an affordable and tangible piece of late 20th century American history, representing the reality of a coin that was actually used as intended, a fate that eluded most of its kind. It may not glitter like a proof specimen, but its worn features and accumulated grime speak volumes, making it a rewarding and historically rich addition to any collection focused on the complete story of United States coinage.